right, I'm going to show you how to fill out a scorecard. This is what a scorecard should look like when you get it from a captain. Sometimes they don't do a super great job of filling it all out. You can help out if you want. This is the 2022 plate final game. So let's see, Free State was the higher ranked team, so they're the home team. Circle that. Before the game starts, the scorekeeper should confirm that everyone on this lineup is legal. For tournament time, that means you've played at least 3 games. And then ultimately, it is the captain's responsibility to submit a legal lineup, but you can double check it here. So they have 11 kicking spots, and there's a maximum of 7 any gender, so that all checks out. And then when the game starts, write down the start time, 6:05. Okay. Triple X is kicking first. So I've advanced through a few plays here, but basically what happened is they loaded up the bases. So we've got Ian, who made it to 1. And then when Chris kicked, he got to 1 and Ian advanced to 2. They all got singles. So now, okay, I messed this up, but basically, bases were loaded for Tom, and here's Tom.
Yes, Ghost ramen that we cannot find.
Ooh, that's a nice kick up the middle.
Perfectly
nice kick
placed
up
kick
the middle.
there.
Misplayed by center.
Ian from Free State doesn't quite get a
Scores
hold of that ball.
2
That's going to score
runs.
2 runs.
So Ian scores. Chris scores. Dylan ends up, I think, on second here. Tom's on 1. A single with 2 RKIs. All right, what's next?
Good kick, Tom. Way to stay on that back, Dylan, because that could have been a tag at 2. Ian, who's playing center field for Free State, he had a bit of a collision.
All right, so it looks good. I see a runner on 1 and 2. That's what the score sheet
black eye for Pat.
indicates here.
I was a little scared that he might have been concussed, but he claims he is fine. So if you're 19 and okay, you Ian.
All right, so we have Ezra up.
Ezra here. I believe he's got freshly bleached tips. So
that's an out.
America's
That's a
greatest
double
boy band.
play.
So just saw a double play there. Dylan was tagged on the way to third, and then they threw the ball to second to make the force out for Tom. So out number 1, Dylan. Out number 2, Tom. Ezra's on 1. Next.
That's why they call him Super Sport.
no drone footage needed for that double play. Dieter at 2. Quite the vet.
Yeah. Emberly up, who is not to be underestimated.
No, Emberly is quite the athlete.
We've got Emberly up.
Good at athletics as she is at shit talking.
That's foul ball. Important to mark these because you are the official
That's funny. That's the exact same
tracker of the foul ball count as the scorekeeper.
I would love nothing more than a roast session of Bryson, Emberly, and Janelle. Like, that should be the next podcast. It's not, we don't talk about kickball, we just roast the biggest shit talkers in the league.
I'm in on that.
I love that. Throw Cal up there too, because who doesn't? So Emberly again taking 6 pitches.
Nice.
Finally kicks one towards.
Force out at
there.
second for the third out of the
Shortstop.
inning.
Lindsay, that
Ezra's forced out, but Emberly did kick. So, just in case you get confused and think that Emberly's up next inning, put a line here so that way you know Emberly kicked. Otherwise, it's a mostly empty box and you can accidentally confuse yourself. Other important thing to do at the end of an inning is tally up the runs. So they got 2 runs that inning, and they have 2 runs total. Okay, now you would switch to Free State's card. I'm just going to go off of the scorecard here to fill this in based on what happened. So when you share a kicking spot, it's really important to mark offense and defense here. So if, say, this person kicks, mark it off. They played offense. You have to play one of offense and one of defense. If you don't know the kicker's name, make sure you ask them so you can mark it off here. It's especially important in tournament time when we're really concerned about illegal lineups here. Okay. Adam was up here. Single. You can put an A here so we know it was Adam. Not essential, but it's the only way we can get any sort of stats tracking. So let the record show that was Adam. Okay, Rex was up next. He also got on base with the single, so that advanced Adam to second. Another single from Mookie. Rex is on 2. Adam advances to 3. Okay, Ian is up. Looks like forced out 1. So my excellent scorekeeper Katie Keating wrote an F and with the number 1. So if you see right here, FO is forced out, TO is tagged out, CO is caught out. That's kind of extra, but it's really helpful stats wise. So if you want to add that, fantastic, please do. Okay, Ian's out, but kicked in Adam. He scored, so we fill that in completely, and we give an RKI to Ian. All right, Austin's up next. He kicks a single. That scored 2 runs. Scored Rex and Mookie. Mark 2 RKIs here. Awesome. Seth is up next. He kicked 2 foul balls and then was caught out for the second out. Okay. Then this is Jack and Jordan's kicking spot. It looks like it was Jordan who kicked first. So Katie made a note of that. Forced out for the third out of the inning. but 3 runs score here, making the total runs 3 for the inning and 3 overall. Okay, a couple red flags here if I'm looking at this scorecard. Seth doesn't know how to spell Dieter, so he wrote LD instead of Lindsay Dieter. Now, I know who that is, but if you don't, you need to ask. You kind of, as a scorekeeper, need to know who about everyone is, or at least everyone who shares a kicking spot, because you need to double check that they did both offense and defense. Okay, we are now at the start of the second inning. So you'd flip back to Triple X's scorecard here, and we'd be expecting Casey up to kick.
He said Free State by 1. I said 10-9 or 9-8, and he said less.
I'm gonna say Free State by 3. I think it's gonna be 12.
Lots of pitches in this game.
Double digits against Free State.
A little bunt and
Okay,
good.
bunt,
See, if he
forced
had a
out.
start there, I think he would have made it.
You can write
Head
F
start is
or
in-
FO and then 1
No.
and circle it.
Yeah, that too. "Quote unquote" head start.
Then Jade or Hannah would be up next.
Depends on if it touches the baseball.
Again, if you don't know who it is, you would want to ask.
Yeah, I think after those first inning jitters, I expect to see a succession. of
Looks
outs
like
here.
this was Jade.
Just a guess.
So you can put a J on there.
I do not recall this girl's name on Triple X. She's got a boot clearly.
That is an out.
Okay, caught for the out.
Let's say her
C or CO.
Shaniqua
There's not really a ton of room.
Flies out to left.
Circle the number of the out.
Shaniqua with a nice set of
All right, next up is Heather.
Got the bomb, man. I mean, she's got a
Put a
nice
H in
ass.
this
She's
box
good
here.
hitting that ball as far as she did. Unfortunately,
This looks like Heather up to kick.
it is Heather.
And
She's
another
gonna do
bunt.
a little bunt.
Ooh, that's a perfect spot for that.
Perfect spot for that bunt.
Heather gets on base.
Heather's got skills.
She does. She's very quick. She's very agile.
Oh, she's at
She
1.
has a lot of strength.
It's a
too.
single, so you circle the 1.
So during the podcast, Seth was talking about how they're going to rotate pitchers. He said that they have.
Okay, this is Brandon. It looks like
So they'll rotate during the inning.
No, throughout the course.
throughout the-
They
okay, yeah. I did see them do that last
get
week as
3
well.
foul balls eventually.
Kick to short, over to second, just in time.
And then Heather is forced out at second base from Brandon's kick. So Brandon's the last kicker. Heather is the last out. 3. Put an F on there for force. 0 runs that inning. 2 runs overall. Brief intermission for me to remind you of the importance of listing all of the referees. So, Derek Davis was the head ref here. Trey was first. Please have just like, if you don't know the people's names, please like have them write their full name here. And then if at any point like somebody trades refs, put that person's name in here too. Really important if we ever have to ask about things that happened in the game after the fact. Okay, moving on to the bottom of the second inning here. Okay, we should be expecting Missy up first.
I think.
He might be like
They won?
chest deep in Jello, is my guess.
Well, I think they're doing the Jello after the Twain, but he won the boot,
He won the boot,
so he might have gone down to Red Line to celebrate for an hour. I don't. That is a shallow pop.
Okay, Missy
Pop out.
was caught
Missy, I think is her name.
for the first out.
Now, Emily, you have to kick.
Okay, another split kicking spot.
Pitch the last inning. She's got a really good leg.
Newly engaged.
Looks
too.
like Emily
So,
went
yeah,
first.
married lady.
Congratulations, Emily.
Put an
Yeah,
E
so
there.
excited for you. Yeah, she has quite the boot. She played soccer. She can ground it just like that. Perfect kick.
Yeah, great.
Nice grounder to short. Oops, I kind of erased it. Forgive
Emily
me.
and I used to carpool to Overland Park together.
Aw.
Single. Okay, next up is Eric or Tori. It looks like it was Eric.
I think his name is actually Eric, and the reason why I remember that is for some
Foul
reason
ball
my brain
there.
was stuck on Disney movies
Make
while I
note
was
of
reading
that.
last week, and I thought Eric Smith from Pocahontas.
Ah. Is that John Smith?
Oh, is Eric Smith from Little Mermaid?
Well, anyway.
They pretty much are. It's just like, which white guy are we talking about
Okay,
now?
bumped up
Decent
one.
bunt, but he
Throw
was
beat the runner. That is the second out of the inning. It's a force.
So that's going to bring 2 outs for Lindsay Dieter. If
Okay,
anybody can keep this game
either
going now,
Lindsay or Sarah is going to be up next.
I'm definitely just calling
It was Lindsay.
Agent Smith it is.
Oh, right down the line.
Oh man, just
Foul ball
barely fouled.
noted.
She's gonna get this straightened out. Ezra's gonna have to chase that ball. He's not gonna get it in time to be able to throw her out.
That was she says.
Oh no.
You-
Sean has it's like athlete's foot, but it's called boot mount.
She was caught out. So C3. She was the last to kick. 0 runs in the second, but still a total of 3 overall. Let me give you an example. Let's say Lindsay had not been caught out there, but instead she got a single. That would have advanced Emily here. And then we would have been back at the top of the order. So make sure if you wrap around that you track the next thing here still under the second inning. If a team makes it all the way through the lineup in one inning, you're going to have to use the next column, but still note that it's the second, and then this is going to become the third, and this is the fourth. A bit tedious, but that's how you do that. All right, last thoughts here. You can use the notes. We'll type them into the website. Anything notable or funny that happens, you can write it here. Really important if there's any, if anybody has to get removed from the game or anything like that, it's really important that you would put something like that there. And then again, please make sure that all the refs' names are listed.